spray was
We did have somebody down
because my gas
puke in our front yard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you're going to
I told Sally to sit on the front stoop of the hose and just hose it.
We're ready.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Welcome, everybody.
Not guilty this time around.
Anybody get wet on the way in? Oh? Ran. I ran. I got wet earlier. So, good to see some rain. Anyway, I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for July 15th, 2019. Roll call, please, Mr. Richardson.
Board Member Paul Seymour Jr.
Here.
Board Member Alan Calloway. Police Chief Don Combs.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
EMS Director Rick Clark. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
City Coordinator Brian Messmore. President Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
Any announcements, guys, up here for this meeting? If not, entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Second. All in favor? Opposed? That motion will carry. Committee reports, Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Oh, I got tonight. I just want to let the board know we got Wednesday. There's 3 of us going up to a Marine firefighting class up in Covington, hosted by Kent County EMA. So, day class. So learn a little bit about that. Also, I just wanted to let the board know that Conservatives. I sent letters out for partnership over confined space equipment. Let the board know that the Conservancy donated some money to that, so I'm getting ready to send letters out of thanks on all that. So,
Good.
all I have.
All right. Don Combs?
Thank you, Mayor. Just concerning our hiring process for the new police officer, we've done interviews today. We've done 9 interviews today, 1 tomorrow, 1 Wednesday. They all went very, very well. These interviews did. This is going to be hard. We have some very good candidates out there. So we just finished up about a half an hour ago these interviews, and then what we do is background checks. We do references. We do physical tests, PTs, and then final interviews and polygraphs. So it's a good process, but hopefully within the next month or so. Process. So.
All right.
That's all I have.
EMS Director Rick Clark.
Thanks, Mayor. A couple things. I set before you our stats for last month, and I'd like to be a little bit more proactive in our Narcan. On the back page, there's a Narcan administration heat map for the state of Indiana, kind of our section. And as you can see, we're kind of right in there, not as much as, say, Richmond, even, or Greensburg, but I was talking to the police chief about that a little bit earlier, and I myself found a needle walking back from the dollar store. We go over there for lunch a lot. And so I disposed of that, and I called dispatch, and I said, is anyone keeping a record of this? I'm going to dispose of it myself. And dispatch, the county wasn't keeping track of any needles found, and I talked to Brad from City Garage, and they had found one by the river. So I took it upon myself and asked dispatch to let me know whenever a citizen or an entity is a needle, and I would like to keep track of that and to see if there's anything we need to do in the future. Also, I did hire one part-time person. Thank you very much. She will start with Saturday for the bike race. That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you.
And we clean up between Hollywood Boulevard and 275. We do that probably, I would say, 3-4 times a year, so that we don't mow over a bunch of things that'll hurt our mowers. There's one section of that area that we can all
Happy to come anytime and dispose of those, and I would like to keep a record of those.
part of the area over there is that, Paul?
When you're running up US 50 on the right between the levee and US 50, right at the end, it would be Rudolph Way there, where Hagford, those are, when they turn out and obviously go toward that far lane, it just spot to where everybody starts to. I always tell them helpful do. I've done it myself, and always find they're there.
All right. New business, Jenny, Felix, EMS new hire.
Mayor, we have another EMS employee that's retiring at the end of this month. So Rick and I have been, we posted and advertised for an EMT position, and we would like to recommend Emily Herr to the board to hire for that full-time position. Herr, H-U-R-R. It would be starting on July 31st.
She live around here, Rick?
Originally from Greendale, and she would like very much to move back for high school.
I remember the name from the high school when I was on the school board. Questions? Now to entertain a motion to approve the new EMS employee, Emily Herr. All those in favor? Motion will carry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other new business for you guys? Agenda? If not, old business, Mario, Community Center HVAC bid award.
Thanks, Your Honor. Back at the last meeting, we did have the bid opening for the HVAC. The bids came in higher than the engineer's estimate to the tune of about $129,000 over the estimate cost. After review, it looks like the Banna Electric is still low for the contract, if the board's willing to proceed.
What was that amount?
Banna had $689,415. The high bid was Koch Mechanical, $749,800.
Questions, guys?
Yeah, I got a couple questions. Somebody have all the numbers on the grant and everything? Can we go over that again?
578 is the total. And 279. Is that correct?
That was based off of now, if we vote to do this, which I don't want to miss out on a $279,000 grant, and I know what's needed there. Has it been discussed yet, or will that be at a different date of where this money will come from?
No, it has not been discussed. And discuss it now.
Well, I would like to suggest center. I would like
Yep.
I would like to suggest, and I don't know if we need to take it. I think very fair if
is you want 25% to be from the city and 75. Okay.
Starter point, I really don't want to miss out on this grant. I want it to happen, but I don't know their finances. That would be my motion.
I'll meet with him. I'll take care of that. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Put that in the form of a motion on the percentage.
I'd like to approve this project and Banna the low bidder with the intent to 25% of the engineer.
Want them to pay 75.
They pay 75.
Okay. So, yes, the motion would be to approve the bid award, but with the overage coming from 25% from the city's money and 75% from the community center money, which, let's be honest, it's the city's money. So, okay, that's the motion on the floor. Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. I'll meet with Mary Beth and Sweet myself. Okay, any other old business?
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion will carry, and a motion to adjourn. Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion will carry. All right, council, as soon as we're seated. Okay, I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg City Council meeting for July 15, 2019. All rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Okay, Mr. Richardson, roll call, please.
Councilperson Tony Abbott. Here. Councilperson Aaron Cook is absent. Councilperson Mel Davis. Here. Councilperson Randy Abner.
Here.
Councilperson Paul Seymour Jr. Here. Police Chief Don Combs.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
EMS Director Rick Clark. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
City Coordinator Brian Messmore. City Court Judge Joe Johns.
Here.
Mayor Kelly Milan.
Here.
Myself.
Okay, announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs. Anyone have anything to add to that tonight? Okay.
I got one thing. Yes. Hollywood Boulevard light poles. Do we have any update or any new news on that?
4 weeks out.
For the polls themselves. Anything else? All right, finance, Mr. Abbott. Parks and playgrounds, Mr. Seymour.
I've got one. Has anybody tried to contact us and get us on the work we did on the dredging?
Park is checking in with Utter. Of course, he's not here tonight.
on vacation this week. So, then anything else?
Just all the people that planned this weekend.
Oh, they did a great job. Yeah.
And the whole event might have been a little hot, but when the sun went down, it couldn't have been any better.
Well-behaved crowd, good crowd. I agree. A lot of work went into that. I will add one thing to the Parks and Playgrounds. Tomorrow night, you know, the committee that I had asked to put together from community folks for the big playground up on the hill, we got our first meeting tomorrow evening. So looks like 9 out of the 10 people can make it tomorrow night. So get some good input. Fire, Randy Abner. No report. Right. Okay, under announcements, yeah, I was going to make a comment, but Paul beat me to it about Summerfest. It went really, for a first-year event, I think it couldn't went any better, actually. Yeah, it was hot, but sure beats the rain. So I was real excited about the crowd and how everything went, and a lot of compliments and things like that. Don't forget that this Saturday is our, 4th annual bike race, I believe, professional bike race. The route has changed. They will be going right through the park on High Street. That'll be interesting. That'll be fun. We got music going to be on the stage weekend. We've got a couple food trucks, I believe. It'll be a good weekend. Right now, I think it's 30% chance of rain, which we've never had the best success with the bike race on rain. So, but it's supposed to be hot, I think. But it'll be another good weekend. So, I encourage everybody to come down to that. And then one thing some people may have seen on social media today, I was informed about a meeting that a few parents were getting together at Arch Street Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, I believe it was. And so I met them over there. Tony was there as well. Concerns about what's going on in the parks after dark and after times maybe these kids might need to be home. They were telling us that there's underage kids, when I say underage, under the age of 15 even, in these parks at 11 o'clock, midnight, and beyond at times. So a couple things we talked about was enforcing the curfew. So that obviously needs to be done. And I believe it was posted on the LPD website today, what that curfew is for what age groups. And all we're trying to do is we're not going to arrest these kids or anything like that. We're just trying to get them back to their house at the times they're supposed to be back at their house. So they will be, if they are caught inside the park or anywhere in the city limits that after hours, they will be taken to the police station and their parents would be called to come pick them up. The other thing is suggested that the police officers that are on duty, we have upped our presence with our drive-bys with the police on all of the parks, based upon some things that have been going on in the past couple months. But one thing we're going to add to that is a couple times a shift. The police officer is going to get out and actually, when they see kids in the park, go out and just converse with them, you know, as a community gesture, not as a threatening gesture, but just as a community gesture. So that will be starting as well. I met with Chief Combs and Assistant Chief Snyder this morning to talk about that. Obviously, they're on board and going to converse that with all the officers, and we'll see how it goes. We're trying to we've had a couple fires set in the bathrooms at some of these parks. We've had a small amount of vandalism, and we're just trying to head off a situation that could become a lot worse. So we're going to see how that goes and go forward. But I just wanted to, I don't know how many people have seen that on social media yet, but if you're on social media, I'm sure you'll run into it. So that's the reason for it. So
More lighting.
I took a look at that. Yeah, on the north side, north end of the park. We need to look at getting a couple additional lights up because it's a lot dark. I went by there Saturday night after the Summerfest, and it is much darker than the rest of the park.
And actually, in speaking of needles, in that part of the park, we have found needles in there underneath the play sets.
Probably because it's not lit very well.
Dark enough for them to hide under there.
So yes, we need to get a couple new lights up there. Okay. All right, that's all the announcements I had. If no other announcements, I entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting. Second? Second. Favor? Opposed? The motion will carry. Committee reports, Fire Chief.
No report.
Police Chief Don Combs.
Just staying busy, obviously. I work with Officer Phil. We got that program scheduled for the school. School goes back in session in a couple of weeks, thank God.
What'd you say? I didn't catch the last part.
Thank goodness.
Oh.
They go back to school in a couple of weeks.
What are you saying?
I talked with Amanda Sampson today for Rock and Recovery they had yesterday, Sunday down there, and they said that went really well.
Good.
Really well. They have their walk, the recovery walk, August 31st. I think somebody's going to be coming in here to council that's going to get on the agenda to get that scheduled. They walk from the adult center down Walnut. They're going to the Civic Center this year. So they want to try to make sure they get that. That's on a Saturday, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's 31st.
It's on a Saturday. So they'll be coming in to
Okay.
we'll help them out with that. So everything went real good with that. So that's all I have, Mayor.
All right. EMS Director Rick Clark.
Nothing more than the monthly stats that are in front of you, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to call me or stop by anytime.
Thank you. City Court Judge Joe Johns.
Thank you, Mayor. In the month of June, the Lawrenceburg City Court had 259 cases filed. We distributed through the collection of judgments $32,134.12. $13,660.98 of that was distributed in the city of Lawrenceburg. And we've got a year-to-date total for case filings of 1,649 cases filed in Lawrenceburg City Court.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. New business. Mr. Logan Lawrence was going to be here tonight with the ALS folks for the check presentation, but he said he had to reschedule that because I guess the ALS folks couldn't make it this evening. So that was on your new business. So I would just say, well, that'll be tabled until they can make it here for a meeting. Anybody here got any new business that wasn't added that needed to be? Okay. Old business.
You want a motion to table that?
I'm sorry.
Did you want a motion to table that?
The ethics ordinance, obviously, to be tabled since we don't have a full council again tonight. Until the next time that we have a full council, have people been getting updates to you?
Yes, I've got the updates. Third time's a charm. Maybe. We'll find out. Pass that down to Olin, would you? One for Olin. Here's Paul.
So for this one, though, I would like to have a motion to table it.
Yeah, we do need to table. I would make mention, Mel Davis had a good comment at the last meeting, so we removed the clerk treasurer's office from the complaint process, and we've replaced that with the Human Resources Department, which makes much more sense in the overall scope of what we're trying to do. And we also, based on Aaron Cook's request, have expanded the definition of official to specifically include city council members. So if you guys would just take this, look it over at your leisure. If you have any questions or any other changes you want to make, just let me know. We'll get that handled. Yeah, other than that, that's it. We just need a motion to table.
Okay. Hopefully next meeting. All right. Can I get a motion to table the ethics ordinance?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. Any other old business?
I got a couple of repairs I'd like to see.
Yes, sir.
Somebody working on that roof and patching all that roof. I'd only
Here?
be here 5 more months, and I'm bound and determined to get that push it. I want it done. I don't want to wait on the new roof. I want to see some little squares, just nothing fancy. I just want them holes fixed. Bit of wire brushing and get somebody up there.
All right. What else you got?
These
Oh.
green ones here, I think there's just a little bit on the clerk treasurer.
Mostly here.
Down around the gutters, patch the gutters, caulk the gutters, just touch it up. They'll last a long time.
Gotcha.
The only other thing I'm gonna ask about, we're not done with all our paving yet, and I just want to get that.
Haven't even started our repair maintenance program yet.
That's going to be included, right? Yeah.
Number 1 on the list, carry over.
All right. All right. Any other old business? We do have one. With the Flaherty and Collins project, there's been 2 resolutions for property transfer that the LCD needs. They've already approved in their meeting, I believe. Is that correct, Mr. Seymour? They approved it. One's for redevelopment, which will be done at the redevelopment meeting, and then one's for council. So I'll let Dell read that one. Resolution number
The resolution number 3-2019.
3-2019. Yes,
Or I'm
sir.
sorry, resolution 4-2019.
Let Dell read that.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll read the resolution, and then I'll just walk by the bench and show everyone the survey. So there are going to be 2 resolutions, one with City Council in the City of Lawrenceburg and the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District, and then there's also a joint resolution that will pass at a work session this Wednesday afternoon for the Redevelopment Commission and the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District, because the property is owned by both of those entities. Essentially, we are transferring the parts of the levy and then the property itself that touch and concern the LCD's duties there at the Flaherty and Collins property. Then the LCD will grant to Flaherty and Collins an easement for just the part that touches this property, which is not a part of the structure, but it is just part of the City of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, resolution number
4-2019.
4-2019. Thank you, sir. And it was, and it is also Lawrenceburg Conservancy District resolution 2019. It's a joint resolution of the City of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and of the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District regarding the transfer of certain real estate upon which part of the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District's flood control system is situated, whereas the City of Lawrenceburg, Indiana City is the fee simple owner of a certain parcel of real estate between the Ohio River and West High Street upon which part of the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District flood control system is situated, which real estate is more particularly described in the survey attached hereto as Conservancy District. The LCD desires to acquire the real estate in order to maintain and control its flood control system, whereas the city and the LCD previously entered into an agreement pursuant to which the city would transfer to the LCD all real estate identified by the LCD upon which part of its flood control system. Whereas Indiana Code Section 36-1-8 authorizes the transfer of property between the city and the city on terms and conditions agreed upon by both, as evidenced by adoption of a substantially identical resolution by each entity for any real property, cash, or other personal property as agreed upon by the LCD and the city. And whereas the city and the LCD hereby agree that the city shall transfer the real estate to the LCD by warranty deed upon the approval of this joint resolution by both the LCD and upon the payment by the LCD to the city of $1. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and by the board of the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District, shall transfer the real estate to the LCD by quitclaim deed upon the approval and proper execution of this joint resolution by both the city and the LCD upon the payment by the LCD to the city of $1. And that is the document that was voted upon and approved by the Lawrenceburg Conservancy District, up for consideration to be approved by City Council tonight. The council, I'll just walk you just see the survey that we're talking about. So if you go from top to bottom, it's a parcel that the levy
Any questions regarding Resolution 4-2019? I'll entertain a motion to approve. Second. All those in favor? Opposed?
I abstain.
Okay, so let's get a roll call.
Councilperson Tony Abbott. Aye. Councilperson Aaron Cook is absent. Councilperson Mel Davis. Aye. Councilperson Randy Abner. Aye. Councilperson Paul Seymour Jr.
Okay, the motion will approve, or is approved at a vote of 3-0-1. Probably my fault. I didn't know it was coming up tonight. I thought it was going to be, I thought there were two resolutions, but I thought they were both for redevelopment. I didn't realize one of them was for us, or else it would have been in there. That's my fault. Okay. Any other old business?
Got a small update on the demo project over on the other side. Health, they've used a wrecking ball, haven't had any complaints from the office. Everything seems to be going good. They're starting to haul concrete out, so we'll move forward with that.
Right down there. Yeah, it was. Right, comments from the audience? Yes, sir.
I wanted to come up during Parks and Recs. The park across from my house, Art Street. I know there's a lot of controversy lately, but I've been living there 3 years, and the only thing I see out there late at night is kids swinging on the swing, couples, older You know, I see that a lot. I saw Kim at the garage because I went over to borrow something from him, and he showed me some pictures of trashed toilet paper and some destruction in the bathrooms. And I said, my house I can't really see through because all the rides are in the way, but he asked me if I'd walk over once in a while if I see anything to let him know, because he wants to get it painted and stuff like that. There's a project or two he needs to get done in there. So I asked him, do we lock the bathrooms at night? And he said no. So we don't lock the bathrooms? Should we?
Well, we thought about that. Yeah, good question. But you know, somebody's going to have to come in and lock them at, say, 10 o'clock, and then somebody's going to have to, well, we could open them in the morning. That's not a problem. 7 o'clock, you know. We obviously could.
There's a lot of city workers that are there a lot for different things. I don't know, maybe that would discourage the problem that seems to be popping up the last couple of months, because we didn't really have a problem over there before 2-3 months ago, and I haven't seen any evidence of a problem. Occasionally some bigger kids are jumping up on top of the green fence crossing my house and, you know, stuff, but I don't know. I mean, haven't been in any organized meetings, but I watch that park pretty close because my office faces it, and I don't think we have a big problem there. I just worry about drugs going on in the bathroom at night, or somebody getting hurt in the bathroom, beyond hurt, if you know where I'm going. And I just would feel better if they were locked, you know. That's all I have, though.
Yeah, thank you. We had talked about some of this in staff meeting too. You know, we've got other issues in other parks throughout the city that happen. You know, an occasional homeless person might be in one of the bathrooms overnight. So we generally have not locked them, but I would say that if we lock one park, we probably ought to lock them all. I'm sorry? That's what I thought. They all got timers? Timers can be...
What they do is they know this now, and they've caught on, and they probably
I need check that.
And the timer goes off, they're not locking, and then... What go about that, Chief?
It's hard to hear. But you want,
They want you to come out and lock them up at 10 o'clock.
I mean, if they're automatic locks, and if they shut, will it automatically lock if they're shut? If they get Jimmy, when we're going around, we're going to start doing this. If we see a door propped open, then we can shut it.
Yeah.
That's not an issue. We're going to be in the parks checking anyway. I don't think we can, you know, every night lock them and all that. I mean, we're going to have, you know, other things. We got calls and all that. And, you know, we're not going to have time to do that. But if it's automatic locks, that would be great.
Is there a way to verify all of them are working? The automatic locks work it?
Maintenance can check them. I mean, you can go check them throughout the day and make sure they are active.
We'll get that done first, and then, yeah, and then, like, you know, if the time is set at 10 o'clock, anybody know what time this time was set at, Dennis? 10? Okay. So at 10 o'clock, I mean, or sometime after that, if an officer just goes over and just verifies that the doors are both shut, nobody's in there.
Talking Art Street,
Well,
Little Hill, George Street, we can go on and on.
yeah. I mean, you know, you got Ludlow Hill, you got George Street, and you got Todd Creech, and you got Arch Street, right? With the bathrooms. Town doesn't have any bathrooms, but ones down here aren't. You know, they're pretty close together.
They do
just-
their walkthroughs and all, they can check to see if the door's locked or shut, you know.
Yeah.
If everything's Jimmy there,
Let's
they
do
can-
that. So maybe tomorrow we have maintenance check, make sure that they're all working. Do that. Good idea. Thank you, Dennis. All right. Any other comments from the audience? Okay, if not, I've got 3 claims here that were not in your packet that I want to get your approval on individually. The first one is a claim from Staub Construction in the amount of $1,460, and that was for, I think it was I was told, is that a 50-50 split between redevelopment and the city or something on the firehouse gutters? Why is that not an LRC claim then, I wonder? But why are we approving it?
Paid early, I think. Paid.
You guys are meeting Wednesday, right? But you are now? So we could hold this off and let you guys pay it Wednesday?
They may not want to pay it.
Whatever you guys want to do with it.
I mean, or we can pay it tonight, don't matter to me.
Bill? Their bill?
Pay your bills.
It needed to be done. What it was done for was the downspout water dropping out in the front. It's going to be a safety issue. I think it was a smart thing to do, but I do think it's redevelopment's bill. I didn't realize.
Get you the claim to pay Wednesday. Okay. All right. Okay, the next one though is Fall Fest entertainment claim. One of the acts in the amount of $65,000. I get a motion to approve that. Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion will carry. Okay, the other one is a reimbursement to Main Street for the entertainment for last weekend's entertainment in the amount of $14,800. And what that was we needed to provide the 4 bands their checks this past Saturday, and with us not meeting until tonight, we couldn't do that council, so we had Main Street pay them out of the entertainment account down there, and then we're going to reimburse them because they're going to need it to pay for the expenses for this weekend.
Question.
Yes.
This weekend's entertainment, we paid $8,000 the day they sang.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't know how many of these we've approved. We gotta give them months ahead of time before they sing for $60,000. I want a meeting called, and I want to know who set up that entertainment that we had this weekend, because if we're gonna sponsor Fall Fest and put this much money in it, that fellow that sang was not just an ordinary singer. He was top notch. So I gotta believe there's a better way of doing Fall Fest here in
say this, that the total for the entertainment this weekend was actually $24,800. We had to pay $10,000. Went ahead of time, but so can I get a motion though to approve the $14,800 reimbursement? Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion. I need a motion then to approve the claims that were in your packet. Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion will carry. Need a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? I don't think Randy wanted to adjourn. Motion carried. Thanks.
Ryan was ready to go.
Thanks everybody for coming. I don't think Randy wanted to.
I was waiting for the stuff.
He didn't want to adjourn. I looked right at him.
No way, you weren't kidding?
I was waiting for him.
Hear anything?
Wrong. Just off the coast, directly across the river. But anyway.
Hold out, Mayor. Kind of still hold out.
I understand. Hey, I don't think everybody have a chance.
What is it? Ghost ship, yeah. I didn't know that. That's who owns it. I've been over to see you. Have you? That's what I was talking about, Richard.
Let everybody chime in.
Yeah, she's got.